And welcome back to the Red Combat. It's your boy Chesco. I'm here with Matthew today. We just finished watching UFC 308 Holloway. I'm sorry, Topuria versus Holloway. If you can see it on our faces, we're a little depressed. We didn't get the we didn't get the results that we wanted, but you know we'll march on. We'll figure out a way to live.
We'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
So that being said, our main event, Max Holloway and Ilia Topuria.
No.
I mean, honestly, fantastic fight though. We did get 2.5.
It was looking good too.
We got 2.5 rounds out of it, as we expected. You know, after actually kind of contrary to what we expected. I guess we needed another round. But I would say, later rounds would go to Max. Max actually had the earlier rounds. I think he had round 1 and 2 in my scorecards. Round 3 was a fatal ending. Topuria he has the nuclear option, and he landed that.
Find the scorecards.
He landed that punch, got that knockout. But to your point, I don't think we necessarily lost a contender out of Holloway. Holloway might need to go to 155 though. I think it's time for him to make a little bit of a step up.
Actually, I didn't think of that.
I think
if it makes you feel any better, Max was not winning in the cards.
He wasn't?
No. The first two judges gave 10-9, 10-9 to Topuria. The second I have no problem with. The first I think Max got.
I don't see how Topuria got either of those rounds on it. Well, the second one, I was saying that I had him at the beginning of the round, but at the end of the round, I had Max. So.
So that makes sense.
So 10.
I think the first
10-9?
round.
10-9? Oh, you're saying 1-1?
Yeah, it was 10-9 and 10-9.
Oh, okay. So two judges had 1-1.
No. 2 judges had 2-0 at the time.
Oh,
and one
crazy.
Judge had 1-1.
That's crazy.
One judge had a 1-1.
That one judge is the only one who's competent. The other ones need to get fired. But I mean, at the end of the day, Topuria didn't leave it to the judges. So
yeah, exactly.
Like I said, very, very skilled, athletic human being, and we knew he was dangerous, and he was the favorite. I mean, obviously, everybody knows he's dangerous.
That division's in good hands, though. I'll tell you
that.
That division's in good hands.
Oh yeah.
It's the opposite of the division we were just talking about.
Yeah, but no, I don't think Max is out of there by any means. I think he's one of those guys that, he's still going to compete at 145, but I think at 155, he proved to have more power, dude. Put some power in this guy who lands really well. He's got a chin. Did he get knocked out? Yes, he didn't get a real bad knockout. He got dropped. He lost.
Bad.
Huh?
It's pretty bad.
I mean, it's not a head kick.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's not a head kick.
It could be worse,
It
could
be worse. He didn't fall forward. Yeah. Look at Justin Gaethje. Is Justin Gaethje going to fight again? He fell forward. Yeah, falling forward is bad.
Pretty bad.
So falling over your toes is like you're going to be out for a year. But that being said, I think Holloway looks great at 155. 155 could definitely use it. Now, that being said, the champion at 155 is a fucking murderer. But, well, that's something for way, way far from now right now. But that being said, how about our champion, Ilia Topuria?
Well, I want to talk about Max Holloway a little bit.
Okay.
I want to look, man. I understand that. I don't know why. We're just fans of this. I don't know Max Holloway. I don't know Robert Whittaker, and it's more of being sad that your team lost. This one hurts.
Oh yeah.
It hurts, man. And like I said it in the preview. I think Topuria wins. But I expected Max to get outclassed, or not outclassed, outboxed, and he did not. It was evenly.
Boxed by any means.
And it was even. I did not expect him to get knocked out. And I did say if anybody can knock him out, it's this guy. Now, to me the fight was looking good. Like, I think that Topuria was worrying it a little bit. I think that he was slowing down a little bit. I think that Max was setting a pace. I think Max ate a couple of the punches. I was like, okay, so he could take the punch. And then he just caught him. He caught him coming in. He caught him clean, straight right hand, and then a perfect left hook. And it hurts, man. I don't know why it hurts. It hurts to see Whitaker and Max go down like that. It just hurts. And nothing against Topuria because, like I said, in 8 years I'll probably feel this way about him because somebody in 8 years might come and beat him like this, and that day is gonna hurt for him. But today's like the passing of the torch, and in basketball, it's like, oh, somebody beats your team. This and soccer, somebody beats your team. In this sport, somebody knocks out your favorite guy, or breaks his jaw with a neck crack. Like so,
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks a little bit. But yeah, now to Topuria. Okay, so Topuria, stud, and stud, and we talked about that. I don't think Volkanovski can beat him. With all due respect,
I think Volkanovski
you think he
easily
beats him?
better. Yeah, I think he's got way more tools than him. He's strong. I
I
think the issue with Volkanovski though is that he has to be
perfect.
well, no, he has to be in punching range because of his stature, his size. He has to be in punching range, so he has to be on. His confidence has to be there. He has to feel like the champ that he is, and he came off of 2 knockout losses, and he's going to go into this, and he has to trust his chin because he has to get in there. He's a good leg kicker. He's very good at punches. He's got a good chin. He's a good wrestler. He's good everywhere. The issue is just that there is no punching without getting punched in his stature. He has to be there to get punched. So, he has to trust himself. And, it's hard to trust yourself when you've been dropped twice. And that, to that point, same thing with Holloway, whether he goes to 45 or goes to 55 or stays at 45. He's now been able to rely on his chin.
That's gone
And
for now. Yeah.
now he's going to have to say, fuck, I don't know about my chin.
Exactly.
Like, I just got dropped. And it's like, yeah, you got dropped by this guy, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is, it's you don't have a choice to whether, you trust your chin anymore or not, So to me, it's like, that's a big factor in terms of whether or not these guys.
I think this is a perfect example of what we just spoke about. There's a mountain, and you got to go up it, and when you go up, eventually you got to come down. And I think this is a case where no Volkanovski, his credentials are not questioned in the least bit. He is solidified as what he is, a GOAT in that division. Now, I think this is one of those examples where he got to the top of the mountain and he's slowly coming down. Not that he's rolling down or falling off a cliff. He's just making the trip that everybody makes, and this guy's on his way up, and he's just getting better and better. And he just fought two of the goats and beat them. He beat them decisively. And I think if he fights, which he probably will fight Volkanovski again, I think he beats him.
Well,
again.
he already accepted that.
Yeah.
So, assuming that
I really do think he beats him again. And honestly, I think the question is,
he's definitely gonna be the favorite.
Yes. And I think the question is now Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez is on the same trajectory on that mountain.
Oh yeah.
He's on his way up.
I like Diego, so I think Diego's got basically anybody he fights. I would say he's definitely not as clean as Topuria in the striking department.
No.
But he's a scrambler. He's a warrior. He's
and you got
great
that
at
Mexican
jiu-jitsu,
chin too.
which they both have that scramble in them. I don't know. I definitely like that fight. I like Diego for that fight. Obviously, I would put the boxing for Topuria on that, but again, this is an MMA fight, and fighters become champions. So
Right now, there's nobody I wouldn't have Topuria favored against. And now the thing is, he got wrestlers coming. If he gets past Volkanovski, because I'll never count out Volkanovski. I'm not gonna say, oh, he's gonna beat Volkanovski. Look, if he does beat Volkanovski, there's three. One of these three guys is coming. It's either gonna be Diego Lopez, it's either gonna be Aljamain Sterling, or Eliov. And those are three wrestlers, jiu-jitsu wrestler guys, right? They say he's a killer in jiu-jitsu. We're gonna find out soon, because that's what's coming next. It's three ground guys. So,
well, I think it'd probably be, which I mean, I would put a big doubt that it's going to happen, but I think it would be beneficial for Volkanovski to probably go train with, say, Islam or something like that. Go to AKA. Go with some of these guys that are going to just kind of
Yeah, I'm
Fuck
not.
with your game
You're
a
not
little bit.
wrong, but that goes back to the point of there's a point where a tiger has the stripes and they ain't changing.
I don't
And
know. I mean, look at Sean Strickland and look at and Alex Pereira. You know, they've
yeah,
both been out there doing things. You know, the way that they do them, but with new visions. It's kind of like, all right, I see how Alex knocks people out. I see how Alex knocked me out. I see what I did wrong. I see, and he's gone out there and you
Alex
know,
Volkanovski is 36 years old.
yeah. But the thing is, he's already a good wrestler. So you go with
Yeah.
one of these great wrestlers and see how they think. Think how they see how they set things up. What is it that they're doing against your striking? What is it that got you caught with Islam? What got you caught with Topuria? How do they see what got you caught? Because you've been with whatever Behrman the whole time, and he says this is why you got caught. This is what you did wrong. What does somebody else think you did wrong? Maybe he's saying you did this wrong because you got to the cage and you went left instead of going right. Maybe Islam's like, you fucked up because you took a right step right here and then he hit you and you got pushed to the cage. So it's like maybe they're taking it a couple steps back. Like, why did you ever get to the cage? So not that I remember the sequence or anything, but just
Of
in
what?
terms of the fights, you know what I'm saying?
No, but what fight?
Just any both of the one of like the sequence in which Alex got knocked out by either Islam or
They were both
Topuria.
similar. He has trouble against the cage.
Well, of course they're going to push him against the cage because he's a footwork guy.
Yeah,
That's how you stop footwork guys. That's why. That's where Adesanya got knocked out.
every single one of Topuria's knockouts
That's
is against
where
the cage.
that's where Kamaru got knocked out. That's where Dominic got knocked out. People that use footwork, that move around, that what do? You get them against the cage, put them against the wall, and now they only got left or right. They don't got back. They don't got forward. They only got left and right.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole mindset there. So I think they would definitely benefit from
Look,
bringing in some different mindsets.
Ilia Topuria has a fan in me.
Oh, I mean he's fantastic, dude.
Uh,
I thought he was fantastic before this. Wasn't really knowledgeable about all his fights, but he withstood the storm that is Max Holloway. He took punches. I think he probably got hurt here and there,
and that's why I respect him so
survived.
much, saying that I don't think anybody's favored against him. Why? Because I expected to see a little bit of drop off from Max, and I didn't see it. Max looked great.
Fantastic.
And I said it in the preview. This guy may be that damn good, and I think he is. I think Topuria is that damn good.
But they were saying he possibly is the best athlete in the UFC. I mean, I don't know what they're.
I don't know what they're basing it off of either, but
because he's not doing anything like super athletic. But I think
yes, you're right. He's just incredibly technical, and he's got power to. He's got power. Look, man, he may be that damn good. I'm a fan of Ilia Topuria's, and he's got the swagger. I don't think he'll be Conor McGregor. The people want to create the next Conor McGregor. I think the closest thing to that was Sean O'Malley, and that didn't seem like it worked out. But
I mean, again, Sean O'Malley got wrestled.
yeah,
Put Marab against fucking Topuria.
no, and look,
Marab has a chance against Topuria.
no, but I'll say this: to me, that Conor McGregor, as good as Conor McGregor was, he ran into a lot of luck, a lot of it. Everybody needs it. Yeah,
Chad Mendes. I consider that a lot of luck.
forget the Chad Mendes thing. The Jose Aldo finish like that.
Oh yeah, had it passed that moment, Jose Aldo's gonna be a problem.
Exactly. It would have been
never
a
fought
problem.
him again.
I wouldn't. We talked about the Canelo versus. I ain't getting in there again. I got in there once. I did my job. I'm not getting in there again. Like,
Give me someone new.
yeah. No, look, man. To become Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey, of course you need to fight and you need to have skill, which they had. I'm not saying they didn't, but you need to run across some luck. You need to timing, all of that. That matters, and that's why. For example, if I'm not saying I didn't say it to knock on Sean O'Malley, I just said it because it's like he didn't have that luck, right? He had to run across a wrestler. He couldn't. Imagine if
Well, he beat a wrestler to win the belt. He beat.
But what I'm
Peter
saying
Yan,
is, like, say
which
Marab
was
would have ran into a
tough,
piston of those, right? Then he would have got that. I don't want to say lucky punch. It's just the way it works out. It's fighting, right? So anything can happen.
Though I would say Sean O'Malley's a better striker than Max. So I mean, that would have been a fun fight. He's not as big, but the weight class difference is so small. I think Sean could knock out anybody at 145. I think with striking. The wrestling becomes a little harder because these guys are even stronger than Marab at 135.
Exactly.
Of course, I think Marab would probably beat Topuria.
They will never fight, but maybe.
Why not?
They're like the best of friends.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they're both from Georgia.
Oh, okay.
They're like the best of friends.
Okay, I didn't know that. But I mean, who would you have in that fight, Marab Topuria?
Again, this is off of hearsay, but they say that this Topuria guy's an incredible wrestler. So
Really?
that's what they say.
I mean, if you're best friends with Marab, but
maybe I don't know, but
well,
look,
I mean, if they're best friends,
I would always go with the wrestler.
He probably works.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, he didn't look like the greatest wrestler in that one sequence versus Max. Right? He looked like a good wrestler. Yeah, great shot.
He didn't hold him down.
Couldn't hold him down. And remember, I told you as soon as he got him down, I'm like, I could just see it. It's not gonna.
He's gonna stand up.
He's gonna stand up. But I don't know, man. I don't really think about that fight because it will never happen. But
Sean O'Malley was calling it for Topuria, which
a lot of us were. I did too. I didn't want it to be true, but
because I think we were also high on the Max after Max knocking out Gaethje.
No, honestly, I thought
in retrospect, Max should have fought fucking Islam. I told you.
I
told you should have fought Islam. He was on a high. He was going for another belt instead of the same belt. I think he would have had a different.
That one's still there. Honestly, that one's still there. If Max goes up and has a big win at 155 versus I don't know Charles Oliveira or somebody like that, or even who wouldn't watch Michael Chandler versus Max Holloway?
I think Max is gonna move up.
Yeah, I think he has to.
Well,
there's no point in staying at 145. He's not getting another title shot.
Yeah, maybe if you get the belt, then you can go back down.
No, you don't go back.
Wait.
There's no point. Yeah, you can, but there's no point.
Well, he can't go to 170. So
no, I mean just stay at 155. You don't gotta keep moving.
If he wants to do the double champ thing,
No, I think that's not in the cards for him.
It's not. But I mean, it's not really in the cards for anybody unless like you're already right there at the pinnacle where it's like next fight you fight this guy, and if you win, you are the double.
I think
champ.
he has to establish himself at 155 now.
Oh, I mean, obviously, that's what I'm saying. He needs to go to 155. Beat some guys, and they're gonna throw you to the top 10 right away.
Absolutely,
go fight some top 10 guys. 155.
But my point is, never go back to 145. Like you're done there. You were one of the goats there. There's no need to. There's nothing to prove. There's nothing to prove for him.
He already gets paid enough. Exactly. I don't think there's much. He's already big dick status. Yeah. Everybody knows who he is. He doesn't have a reason to. But if he wanted to, I think it's there. If he has the 155 belt, he can do whatever he wants. I don't see him wanting to do it, but he could. He goes to 155. Yeah. He could fight Conor again.
I don't think Conor's ever fighting 155 again.
He can absolutely. He's not that big.
He's huge, man.
He's big. Like he's 190 right now, but 190 to 155.
Look,
Khabib walked around.
I just want to see Conor fight.
Khabib walked around 200 pounds.
I just want to see Conor fight. I'm telling you, I'm tired of this.
Oh, he's only got a couple more, but he's going to. He's going to box.
You know who? I'm calling it right now. Dan Hooker, Max Holloway. I'm calling it right now.
That's fantastic.
Dan Hooker, Max Holloway.
That's tough.
And I'll even do it for the BMF.
That's tough for Max. Dan Hooker.
Dan Hooker, Max Holloway.
Dude. Especially Dan Hooker today.
I was calling for Dan Hooker, Justin Gaethje. Either one. You give me Dan Hooker, Max Holloway, Dan Hooker, Justin Gaethje, I'm watching all day. And that's all I'm looking for. And yeah, Max Holloway can go up there and fight somebody, man.
He's got all the options.
Yeah.
He's got options. I was like, don't you take your fucking gloves off, dude. It's your first knockout.
No, he's not. He can't retire yet. But, man, sad day.
He looked great. He got caught. This guy can probably knock out anybody at 170, 155, and anything below him.
Sad day for us here at the Red Combat. Still love Robert Whittaker. Still love Max Holloway. There's all the respect in the world for Hamza Chimaev. All the respect in the world for Ilia Topuria. We saw the preview. I'm sorry, the montage for John Jones versus Stipe. We will be here previewing that. We will be here watching it. We will give you a post fight. Thank you to Matthew. He'll be here for that probably, right?
I believe so.
Yes, and thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Peace. Ah, man, that was good. I'll take a piss.